I've been waiting my whole life for this one. Orthopedic surgeon and husband for The View host, Sonny Hostin, has been named in a federal lawsuit alleging insurance fraud. She got on television. She got in. She run these women. Tell me why she got her husband is named in a lawsuit in insurance fraud, and I'm gonna show you exhibit. Let me say exhibit B. Can you show this to the jury?
Sonny Hostin is in deep trouble, like on the edge of bankruptcy deep, and it gets juicier. Her husband, yeah, he's been arrested in a $450 million RICO fraud case. So how did it all go south for this power? Couple stick around to find out, because this roller coaster ride of drama and scandals is only just getting started. You won't believe how this all plays out.
Pat, you're married. Tom, you're married. If your husband's doing something, if he's allegedly doing something like this, you guys would know if your wives were up to some nefarious stuff. Let's just not forget who she is. She's been, for years, lecturing America about morality, inequality, systemic failures, and look at her track record. How many times has she had to go on in the past 2 months and look at the camera and do a legal apology for all the stuff that she said on the show? And then she also, on Trump's win, calling the loss because of uneducated white women that Trump won.
We have to know that. This is accused.
All accused. Yeah, all accused. But he's in the RICO. This is a big RICO case that her husband's in there.
Tom,
Tsunami. Hostin might have thought her biggest drama moment would be picking apart Thelatist political scandal on The View butlet's face. She's about to make The View look like a Sunday school picnic. You know it's bad when The View hosts scant even. Make a decent scandal without a little outside help. This time it's not just her sharp commentary we're talking about.
Orthopedic surgeon and husband of The View co-host Sonny Hostin is accused in December lawsuit fraudulently billing insurance. By the way, this is a Daily Caller story I'm reading. The lawsuit alleges Hostin knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services in exchange for kickbacks and or compensation, and names him among nearly 200 defendants in one of New York's largest RICO cases. Wow. Hostin's attorney Daniel Twites denies the allegations, calling the lawsuit a meritless attempt by a near-bankrupt insurance carrier to intimidate doctors and restrict healthcare benefits. The case involves claims that Hostin performs unnecessary surgeries on patients after minor accidents without exploring less invasive treatments, with American Transit citing New York's 1974 no-fault law as contributing to widespread insurance fraud.
Imagine waking up and realizing you're not just dealing with a routine hospital drama, but a full-blown $450 million racketeering lawsuit. Oops. When your husband's accused of orchestrating one of the largest insurance frauds in the country, and you've been riding the high horse of moral superiority on The View. Well, let's just say that horse is about to crash into a mountain of debt and scandal. How's that for irony?
The View co-host Sonny Hostin's husband, Emmanuel Hostin, has been accused of federal insurance fraud. According to a new lawsuit obtained by Page Six, the orthopedic surgeon was one of 200 defendants named in one of the biggest racketeer influence and corrupt organization cases ever filed in New York. Emmanuel was accused of federal insurance fraud and, quote, getting kickbacks by performing surgery and billing a company that insured taxi companies and Uber and Lyft drivers. According to the documents, he knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgeries.
Here's the scoop, doctor. Host has allegedly been getting kickbacks for performing unnecessary surgeries, knee surgeries, shoulder surgeries, anything that's shiny and profitable. All the while, insurance companies were footing the bill for procedures that may or may not have actually happened. It's a classic case of, oh, you thought I was fixing your Nino, sweetheart. I was fixing my bank account.
You always say it's always the people that always do the pointing, and it always comes back to them, all right? So when you said this is the largest RICO case ever filed in the state of New York, you guys wrap that around your brain. That's bigger than the mafia case. Like the mafia one was number one. This one takes it over. So he was scamming insurance companies from taxi drivers, Uber drivers, and Lyft drivers. He was performing unnecessary surgeries and then providing fraudulent medical services in exchange for the kickbacks.
And guess what? The plot thickens, because while Dr. Host might be raking in cash, Sonny is sitting on the sidelines trying to hold her View persona together. You'd think she'd at least know what to do when the scandal hits. But no hairy action to the situation. A little radio silence mixed with a touch of avoidance. It's like she's waiting for the courtroom drama to resolve itself. while she practices her surprised face for when the news finally breaks. But let's not kid ourselves. If Sunny really thought this was going to stay in their realm of private family matter, she's got another thing coming. When your husband's name is suddenly dropped in one of the biggest racketeering cases New York has ever seen, well, it's time to face the music. No amount of silent contemplation or don't ask me about it answers is going to make this disappear. Now let's pause for a moment to reflect on how absolutely ridiculous this whole situation is. We've all been subjected to enough scandals in the political sphere to last a lifetime. But here's the twist. Instead of getting involved in some juicy Washington drama, we're suddenly talking about health insurance, fraud, unnecessary surgeries, and a husband who's allegedly running a surgical crime syndicate under the radar.
Guys, this is why we need to seriously have a long, lengthy conversation about healthcare in the United States of America. This is basically it. So Sunny Hostin's husband was basically charged with insurance fraud. What he was doing was doing like fraudulent surgeries and then overcharging the insurance companies for them. This is what this is. So now, of course, he's now being named along with about 200 other individuals in a federal RICO charge case, guys.
Forget The Godfather. This is Grey's Anatomy. If the surgeons were all secretly mob bosses, sure, it's easy to point fingers at the insurance companies, but they've never exactly been the paragon of moral integrity, have they? Oh, sorry, you need a life-saving procedure. Well, here's a denial letter with a side of good luck, but don't you dare try to accuse them of anything shady, because they'll come at you with a legal team that could send in a desert. In this mess, though, the insurance companies aren't even the villains. Oh no, they're just the victims of a doctor's greed. Let's all take a moment to appreciate the absurdity of that statement. Now, it wouldn't be a Sunny Hostin drama without The View getting a little cameo, would it, Tyranny? Here is so thick you could slice it with a scalpel. Sunny, the self-righteous champion of social justice and tough questions, now finds herself in the awkward position of having to answer questions she would normally throw at others. Her husband, one of 180 defendants in the lawsuit, stands accused of defrauding.
I've been waiting my whole life for this one. Orthopedic surgeon and husband for The View host Sunny Hostin has been named in a federal lawsuit alleging insurance fraud. She got on television. She got in. She run these women. Tell me why she got her husband is named in a lawsuit in insurance fraud, and I'm gonna show you exhibit. Let me say exhibit B. Can you show this to the jury? Roll it, Nick.
You know, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband.
But Sunny, she's dodging the questions, staying quiet, trying to maintain the image of the woman who doesn't need to get her hands dirty in the mess she's a part of. You know that saying, when it rains, it pours. Well, this is more like a monsoon of absurdity. While Sunny sits in her designer chair on The View, casually sipping coffee and making judgmental comments about the state of the world, her husband is allegedly busy siphoning money from insurance companies, performing surgeries that may not even be needed, and raking in kickbacks that would make any mobster jealous. But sure, let's all pretend this doesn't smell like a lawsuit waiting to happen. Oh, and the best part, the lawsuit isn't just about Dr. Host. No, that would be too easy. This lawsuit is a massive web of corruption, and it includes other doctors' entire medical practices and even hospitals. It's like the mafia decided to take a vacation from robbing banks and opened a health care racket instead. The plaintiffs, American Transit Insurance.
Last week, we learned that Sunny's husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, was named in a lawsuit filed by American Transit Insurance Company. He's one of 200 people named in this lawsuit, and they are accusing him of filing fraudulent insurance claims and also getting kickbacks from them. And it's a very serious crime. In fact, it's one of the largest, if not the largest, RICO case in New York's history, and they're seeking $450 million. And Sunny and her husband, they are fighting back. They've hired legal eagle Mark Garagos to help them fight this case, and they're claiming that this is completely baseless.
According to reports, Dr. Host's lawyer isn't backing down, calling the lawsuit a desperate move by a company on the brink of financial collapse. Classic lawyer move. When you're caught with your pants down, blame it on the accuser. Oh, so you're accusing my client of fraud? Well, maybe you're the real crook. It's a defense strategy as old as time. And honestly, it's kind of hilarious to watch in action. Now back to Sunny. She's gone oddly silent on this whole situation, which for anyone who knows her is a bit out of character. She's usually the one stirring, the pot on the View holding politicians, feet to the fire calling out everyone from Trump to random internet trolls. But when it comes to her own husband's alleged fraudulent activities, she's radio silent. Is she playing the "I've nothing to do with it" card, or maybe she's hoping this whole thing blows over before it completely unravels her reputation? We can't help but wonder, does she really think this will stay out of the headlines? It's like watching.
Anna went in a different direction. But I love the fact that, you know, Manny is younger and he's
How much younger is he?
Just a little bit.
He's like 1 year, isn't he? Like a month or a year or 10 years?
No,
5
years. It's more than a year.
Oh.
Anyway, it's not about me. I think.
Oh, no?
I think that it's very helpful that he's handy, and when we travel, I'm not picking up any bags. He's the one that's hefting them overhead. He
Exactly.
throws the garbage out.
Right.
He does the heavy stuff.
And let's be real for a second. This isn't just a scandal. This is a billion-dollar mess. Potentially one of the largest medical fraud cases in recent history. It's not just Dr. Host being implicated here. It's a whole network of corruption. From the doctors, to the insurance companies, from the hospitals, to the patients who got caught in the crossfire. This could have the same plot twist as a heist movie, except instead of stealing from a bank, these criminals were stealing from people's health insurance premiums. So what's really at the heart of this scandal? If the allegations are true, it shows how broken the healthcare system truly is, where profit reigns supreme and patient care is a distant second. Is that the world we want to live in, where doctors are more interested in lining their pockets than actually helping people? If this is the kind of world Sunny Host wants to live in, well, we've got a bridge to sell you. But of course, we can't just blame the doctors.
Giuliani shook the tree and a bunch of mobsters fell out, right? This is big stuff. And so, and thank you for bringing that video. It sure is ironic that she's up there. So, but if she didn't really know what was going on, right, which is what she's probably going to say later, oh, I had no idea what my husband and his associates were doing. We'll wait and see what that is. But I think it's pretty freaking ironic.
Yeah. I have a totally different perspective on this. I don't really know what happened with this. The facts will come out. What I have a problem with is the core of who this woman is. Unlike you, I don't watch The View, bro. All I do is see clips. I know you do.
It's like
Twice a day.
Here's all I hear from her. America's violent. America's racist. America's bad. Okay. I challenge you, Sonny. And this is Constantine Kissin actually was saying something about this. Find me a country that's not racist.
As for Sunny, she might want to start practicing a new line for her View audience. You know, folks, healthcare, ice a mess, and so is my personal life. But hey, who needs a good reputation when you've got an audience willing to overlook every questionable decision you make? Let's just hope this case doesn't drag on too long, because trust me, the suspense is killing us. As of now, Dr. Host hasn't been found guilty of anything yet, but the allegations are serious, and the longer this case drags out, the more The View will look like the least controversial place to be. Who knew that out of all the View controversies, this one would involve racketeering, insurance fraud, and a wife who might be wondering if a divorce is cheaper than bankruptcy? So there you have it. Sunny Hostin might have thought she had her life figured out. She's got a cushy job, a political platform, and a shiny career in the spotlight. But now, well, now she's caught in one of the most absurd scandals in TV history, and all she can do is keep quiet, pray the court case ends quickly,